Okay, so honey, this brand is getting some press out there, and I heard about it. Uh, everybody says from a lovely subscriber. I like to name my subscribers because I like to give the shout outs for people who say some shit to me. So Kelly told me about this brand, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh, kind of interesting. And so then I bought one, and then I decided to buy them all because how can I talk about a brand and not give it a thorough tryout? So me being me, I got the collection. So let's talk about Brown Girl Jane's fragrance collection. Trying to get myself together to talk. I don't know why I started this video and don't have on a lick of lip gloss. I know it's the end of my day because it is. It's about 11 o'clock at night. And I don't have no lip gloss on. I got nothing on. Hold on, let me come back. Look at it, halfway better. Okay, so let's go back and let's talk. So we're talking about Brown Girl Jane. Let me tell you what. So Brown Girl Jane is a female black owned brand. Now they are not a fragrance brand. They are, I would want to say, a self-care lifestyle brand that have now put a collection of fragrances in their, offerings. So let me say that first. They are not a fragrance brand. They are a lifestyle self-care brand. They have, what do they have? Because I've been on their website. They have tinctures, CBD tinctures, and then they have some skincare products and things like that. So, and then they've added these three fragrances on to their product line. So I want to say that first so everybody understands this is not a fragrance brand, because that does make a difference. Okay, so that who is Brown Girl Jane. They are, you can find their products either on their website or at Nordstrom's. Let's get that out. Or at Nordstrom's, you can also purchase the fragrances there. I do not know if they are in the stores that you can sample them. You can, if you live near Nordstrom's, you can check out and see if you see it. But I honestly cannot say that it's there. Y'all know me. I just blind bought the stuff. So that's the first thing. So I'm going to talk about the fragrances, and I'm going to come back and talk about a few things in reference to the fragrances. So let's talk about them. So I'm first going to talk about the packaging. Let's talk about the packaging. This is called the Wanderlust collection, and it's very feminine. I would say that this is marketed to women, even though I find the fragrances are pretty unisex, but they are marketed to women. So this is how the packages look. So they're very cute, like a soft pink with almost like a little rosy gold kind of vibe, like a rose, almost a rose gold. Very pretty. The one thing I do like about them is that they have the notes listed on the back, so you can find the notes, top, middle, and base notes, note breakdown on the packaging, which is I really like, because most companies don't do that. The fragrances themselves are this. So they have the very minimalist look in a soft pink, goes with their, branding of the boxes. This is a 30 ml. It looks like, kind of vibes like the Byredo one. So it's very minimal, that kind of clean, modern look. I like them because they pink. This is really not my style. I mean, I honestly go back and forth about packaging. I don't mind it. It's kind of cute, and it's pink. So, it already was like, okay, pink, let's get it. So yeah, here are the packaging. These are retailing for $62 for 30 mils. I will go into everything else, my thoughts about the pricing and everything after I tell you about the fragrances, but let's just talk about the fragrances first. So this is the first one I bought, and this is Casablanca. Now they each have a mood. Now they call this mood love. This one has, let me read it to you, marshmallow cardamom incense, saffron soft suede vanilla orchid, glowing amber soft musk, and sandalwood. Now immediately when I saw those notes, I was like, oh yeah, oh yes, oh yes. So yes. Now It is a very pretty scent. It has that marshmallowy vibe, but it's not too marshmallow. You know, like Love Don't Be Shy and things like that. It's not too sweet. The spices like the saffron and the cardamom and the incense balances out the sweet notes in it. And then of course the amber is there, the sandalwood. It is a really beautiful, very soft, sexy fragrance. So Casablanca, like it. Now the next one is this one, which is, and then this was the next one that I wanted to try. So after I got this one, now let me tell you, when I received this one, this is taking so long, is because when I received this is when I got COVID. And this was one of the fragrances that told me that something was going on with my nose because I really couldn't smell it. So it took me a while to really smell this one. But once I did, it is lovely. It is a beautiful scent. Then we have Bahia right here. This is Bahia. And then this one has peach nectar, water lotus, orange flower, tuberose. I see tuberose, you know I want to try it. Jasmine, golden gardenia. So it's got white florals in it. Vanilla bean, cedarwood, cashmere, musk. This is a really soft, pretty fragrance. And they say the mood is peace. This is a really pretty fragrance. It's the florals are nice and delicate. They're blended really well. They are not something that you would say that one of them stands out. The white florals are blended very well. You get a hint of tuberose, you get a hint of jasmine, but it's not too much. And as it dries down, it becomes just this lovely kind of, you know, musky floral, white musky floral, you know, with a little sweetness to it. Really pretty. The cashmere, the sandalwood or cedarwood, you know, it has enough woodiness to balance it, but it has a sweetness and creaminess to it from the white florals. So this is Bahia. Now this one is kind of the one that surprised me. This is Lamu. Now this one I really wasn't thinking I was gonna like, but I said let's just get them all and try them, right? Some of it sounded kind of nice, but I wasn't sure. So this one is, let me get this one. The mood is joy in this one. And this one is bergamot, coastal sage, Italian lemon, salty plumeria, coconut water, gardenia, driftwood, solar musk, sandalwood. This one I really like. This one has a salty aquatic vibe to it. And it has this salty aquatic floral vibe to it. It's really pretty, very summery vibe. You know, it's got that like beachy vibe, you know, and the driftwood gives it that kind of, you know, sandy, woody vibe. So very, very good. I really like this one. All right, so that is the fragrances overall. So now let me go over some things about what I think about them after the fragrances, because we're going to talk about the scents, and I think the scents are lovely. First things first, I think they're a little overpriced. And the reason why I say that is because they don't last. Let me say this, they are very close to your skin and they're not gonna last long. You might get 2 hours tops out of these, but they're really not gonna last long. If you're gonna have to overspray. So at $62, they're not gonna last long if you're trying to wear them like that or wear them out, because you're going to need to overspray and you're going to need to have them with you to freshen up more than some other fragrances. So for that reason alone, I think they're overpriced. I don't think that $62 is too much for a 30 ml. I have 30 mils that are more expensive. Francesca Bianchi is one. Her 30 mils are over $100. So I'm not going to say that the price point is just in general too much. I'm saying for what it is, it's too much. Now, I'm going to say that I'm going to keep them. I'm not going to return them because I do enjoy the fragrances. And I've actually thought about how they can be used. So here's how I'm going to tell you how I'm going to use them. And maybe if you try them and like them, you could think of them on this perspective. Now, I'm going to say this. In reference to what I'm about to say and how I'm going to use them, this isn't for everybody. And the reason why I say this isn't for everybody, because if you have a smaller collection, this might not be worth you purchasing, because you want your fragrances to do different things for you, right? But I have a large collection. And so somebody with a large collection might understand where I'm coming from with this, because you have different levels of fragrances. They serve different purposes. So I'm going to talk about what I've thought about these for. So let's talk about Casablanca. So for Casablanca, it's this beautiful, soft, kind of slightly sensual vibe to it. I really like the fragrance. Sweet, it has a sweetness to it. It's very nice like that. So this is a nighttime fragrance for me. This is something to go to sleep with. And the reason why I say that is because when you put it on, take a shower, put it on, it doesn't have to last that long because I'm going to bed. That's number one. So I could sleep in this and go to sleep with this beautiful, soft, sexy, kind of sensual, comforting scent, and not worry about the longevity, because it doesn't matter, because I'm going to sleep. This is also good for intimate moments because it is soft. So it's not going to be overwhelming to your partner. Not saying, and when I mean intimate on all levels. You could just be, cuddling. You could be watching TV together. Anywhere where you have intimacy, where you're going to be close together, this is a good fragrance because it's beautiful and it's sexy and it's sweet, but it's not obnoxious. It's not too much. When some of our sexy fragrances are more for being out and being sexy, like with your partner, like if you're going out to dinner, that's the kind, because you need it to project. This doesn't project, and it's not going to last long. So, when you're just around the house and you're having, want to smell good for your partner, this is a good fragrance because, like I said, it's not going to be overpowering. It's not going to be too much. It'll be kind of soft and sexy, and like one of those things, like you walk past them and you'd be like, hey, baby. You walk past your love and they're like, whoa, and they get a drift, a nice little whiff of it. And then they're like, oh, look at you smelling good like you always do. That's what Casablanca is. Now, Bahia, I see as my morning fragrance. And when I say morning fragrance, I mean my summer mornings. And the reason why I say summer mornings is because I know it's not going to last long, right? So this is one of those things, like, you get up in the morning, because I still get up early and I do things early in the morning, right? So this is like that fragrance. And I like to do things like start my day, sit on my porch, sometimes with my cup of water or some tea or something, and just chill, and enjoy the morning breeze and stuff. This is perfect for it because it's like a starter fragrance for the day. And then as I get into my day, I can change it up because I know this isn't going to last that long. So this is something that I could just, start my day with and just be like, have that beautiful sense to start my day. Just a nice and pretty and, peaceful kind of vibe. And it is peaceful. I could see it being peaceful, a peaceful kind of vibe, chilling with my tea, just having that fun moment, right? Sitting on my back porch, sometimes in the evening, anything like that. So this is definitely would be my chill time vibe. But I'm looking at it more like, not necessarily this time of year. I would think more of this one for like spring and summer. For some reason, I'm just thinking spring and summer. And same thing for Lamu. Lamu is more of like, me going to the beach with friends and just hanging out. Like what I used to do is we used to have a Thursday night where we sit at the beach and chill. I would wear this to the beach to chill because I'm not going to be that concerned about, making sure I smell, I would just want something a little subtle because, so you don't want the bees coming around you. So I want something a little subtle. This got a little saltiness to it. So it's not going to be too sweet where the bees are coming toward me and bothering all my friends, but it might be a nice little something to have on, just chilling, or on my back porch, having a glass of wine in the evening, on my friend's boat. Like I could definitely wear this on the boat, just chilling. Probably would want something a little stronger depending on what we're doing, but this would definitely be my chill vibe, in the summertime, because it's got that little beachy vibe to it. Definitely like hanging out on my friend's boat, on my back porch, maybe with some friends, having wine, grilling, having a little grill with some friends. That is what I see Lamu as. So for me, I can already see how I can use them and incorporate it into my life because I do like the scents. But I just know that these aren't something that, like, say if I was going to brunch, I wouldn't wear these because by the time I got there good, it'd be gone, right? So these aren't anything. These are definitely my around the house scents to just, chill. And I'm okay with that. Now, knowing, would I have bought that with that intention? No, I absolutely would not have. But now that I have them, that's where I am with them. That's what I feel about them. So they work for me on that level. Now, here's one of the issues that I do have with this company, Brown Girl Jane, is I don't like when companies use hyperbole and their marketing tries to oversell something and use scientific and all this other bullshit to make us feel like they're doing something special. That's number one. So I'm gonna tell you, so one of the things they say, one of the claims for these is uncover the links between, that they have uncovered the link between emotions, ingredients, and color using proprietary and patent pending technology. I'm gonna need them to stop that. And I know that's getting them press, and people are like impressed by that who aren't into fragrance and things. But if you are into fragrance and you understand fragrances, your nose has a direct link to your brain. So they're not doing anything that's proprietary and patent pending to make a fragrance. See, they're trying to make it sound like they're doing something so special to justify their pricing. I see what they're doing. They're trying to justify the price for this 30 ml by saying, oh, we're using this technology that's going to bring out these mood enhancing. Fragrances do that just in general. That's why aromatherapy is a thing, and has been for quite some time, for centuries, because we know that lavender does certain things to you, calm you down. Chamomile, drink chamomile or smell chamomile to help you to calm down and go to sleep. We know these things. We know that there are certain fragrances, scents that are attractants, are pheromones. We know these things. So don't sit up here and oversell yourself trying to make your product sound like it's more than it is. It's a fragrance. And color therapy has been around forever. So yes, oh yes, you have this pretty soft pink, which makes you feel calm or whatever, but that is not something that is new. To say proprietary and patent pending means that you have done something new. This is nothing new. So to say it is quite disingenuous and insults the consumer's intelligence as far as I'm concerned. They didn't need to do all that. It's just a way to justify their pricing when it isn't necessary. And here's what I'm going to say also. They are a self-care line. They are not a fragrance company. So more than likely they worked with the perfume house and purchased this fragrance and packaged it. See what I'm saying? I don't think they didn't create this fragrance. No, because these fragrances aren't, they are, I like them, but they are nothing groundbreaking. They're nothing that's like, oh my God. No, they are not. These are just nice fragrances, and they do exactly what they say they do, but not based on any technology, but just based on their good fragrances, and they can evoke these type of feelings in a person by bringing back those, memories, scent memories and things like that. So even though I enjoy the fragrances, I think they're overpriced for the quality, for what they are. Not because of the size, but because the longevity is not there. And that's where I have the problem. The pricing isn't the problem, it's the longevity. Because $62 for a 30 ml is not a bad price. It's mid-range to verging on luxury pricing. It's kind of around luxury pricing if you think about it, because that means a full bottle 100 mils would be around $190. So that's a luxury pricing, and that's okay. But give me something that's luxury level. And when I say that, I mean that I need it to have some longevity to it. I don't even care about it projecting out. You know, it could be close to me, but I need it to last, you know, just at least 4 or 5 hours. I'm not asking for 8, you know, people. I don't need it to be diva mode. I need it to give me at least 4 or 5 hours. I don't need it to disappear in 2. And I don't like that part of their marketing, because I find it disingenuous and a whole bunch of exaggeration in order to sound impressive to justify your fragrances and your pricing, and to make it sound like it's more than it is in order to pull people in to buy it. And instead of just letting the scents tell the tale and make them worth purchasing, not based on some other criteria that you've come up with, but they're just beautiful fragrances, because that isn't ultimately what we want. We want a beautiful fragrance. So that is my thoughts on Brown Girl Jane. Safe to assume that they won't be too thrilled with this review. Have you tried them yet? Were you planning on trying them? What are your thoughts now? As always, it's your LuuLuu. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Talk to you later.